for the day, Dr. Qureshi, our chairperson, Mrs. Malvika Rai, Mr. Anil Rai, members of the faculty, and my dear students. It's a pleasure to welcome you all for this special session. A well-known and well-recognized personality like Dr. Qureshi needs no introduction, yet it is my pleasant duty to formally introduce him to the audience today. Born on the 11th of June 1947, Dr. Qureshi completed his Masters from the St. Stephen's College in Delhi before joining the Indian Administrative Service in 1971. He earned the distinction for his study of several languages and received a PhD on role of communication and social marketing in the development of women and children. Dr. Qureshi became the 17th Chief Election Commissioner of India in 2010. He brought to the Election Commission 35 years of distinguished work in civil services at both federal and state levels. Prior to his joining the Commission, he was Secretary, Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, Government of India. Dr. Qureshi is known for his special contributions in social sector, reforms covering healthcare, education, population, drug abuse and civil society action. He has done extensive work in the fields of gender, women and child development, HIV/AIDS, youth and adolescent issues. UN and other international organizations have availed his expertise in these areas as a consultant and resource person on several occasions. As the Director General of the National AIDS Control Organization, he brought India's National AIDS Control Program on the world map. He is credited with pulling together a large number of national and international agencies for creating the strategic framework of India's Phase 3 AIDS Control Program. He pioneered India's biggest AIDS awareness program, an IAC campaign called Universities Talks AIDS in 159 universities and considered as one of the best global practices. Dr. Qureshi has a number of books, articles and talks to his credit on issues related to democracy, elections, HIV/AIDS and family planning, social marketing, women and child development and youth. His book, Social Marketing for Social Change, has broken new ground in the field of development communication, and we are looking forward to his second book on the Indian elections now. Dr. Qureshi has travelled widely across India and the world. He headed Indian delegations at a large number of international conferences and discussions. He is an avid musician and spends most of his leisure time among people and friends with interests in music. Besides many other hats that Dr. Qureshi wears and leads today, he is also the chairman of the ILM Board of Governors and advises us on various academic and matters related to the school. Sir, may I now request you to please deliver your special talk and take us through the journey of Indian election.
Okay, ji, Anil ji, Professor Copley, ladies and gentlemen and young friends. I'm very happy that I'm sharing with you my experience of holding Indian elections, particularly with reference to young people, you. How many of you have, I don't know, there will be many who have crossed 18. How many of you are 18 plus? There are quite a few who are below 18, but anyway, you are almost there. India's, if you go anywhere in the world, if people know India in one word, that will be probably the sheer size, lots of people, population. The second thing they know about India is its democracy. So democracy, therefore, is India's USP, something we can really be proud of. I'll show you some slides. The democracy word itself includes participation. Without participation, democracy is meaningless. And participated democracy tries to give you opportunities to actively take part in it. In 1950, when India chose to become a republic, that was the time when universal voting rights were given to men and women of 21 years old. The world was aghast. They said that India has gone mad. These guys with 84% illiteracy, 84% illiteracy, extreme poverty, divided into caste and communities, 565 principalities, princely states. How will they manage democracy? Particularly with so much of illiteracy. But we proved them wrong. Sapna ji, how much time do I have before then we'll leave some time for Q&A? Huh? Okay, 45 minutes and then we'll have a question answer. Then fundamental right to equality is one of the features of the Constitution. All of us are equal, therefore we have equal right to vote. And I've already mentioned some of these things. But if I tell you that America, the largest, the greatest democracy in the world, took 144 years to give equal voting rights to women, you'll be surprised. The mother of modern democracy, UK, took 100 years to give equal voting rights to women. Switzerland, we used to hear of Switzerland, right to recall, Switzerland has it. Switzerland gave equal voting rights to women in 1984. And here was this poor country which gave equal rights in 1950. Something we should be proud of. Then India is the most diverse country in the world. You have in India everything the world has to offer in terms of topography, in terms of weathers, climates, all the religions of the world, you name it and India has it. So 22 official languages, 600 otherwise developed languages, 6,000 dialects, everything India has to offer. Obviously, in such a situation when there is so much of diversity, nobody should be marginalized. They should all be inclusive. Therefore, Constitution has laid down safeguards for minorities. Let me also mention that India is a land of minorities. All of us are minority, somewhere or the other, in some context or the other. Even Hindus are minority in Kashmir, in the northeast. Hindi is a minority in, say, Tamil Nadu. We are all minorities, but when you are a minority, the Constitution wants to safeguard your interests very specifically. Then we have religious minorities, linguistic minorities, ethnic, cultural, and obviously we have to ensure that no intimidation is allowed, because by sheer bullying by sheer numbers is not allowed in democracy. Now, when Constitution framers of India were very, very wise people, very far-sighted, and the Constitution that we have is one of the best in the world. And not because I'm an Indian, because people acknowledge that Indian Constitution is one of the best. And the institutions they created, like the Supreme Court, like our own Parliament, it may have some aberrations, and Election Commission. It was something one can really, it has stood the test of time. Not many of you may know that the election was considered so important that Election Commission of India was born a day before India was born as a republic. Republic Day is 26 January. Election Commission Founders Day is 25th January. The Constitution of India was promulgated on what date? 26 January 1950. 6 articles of the Constitution relating to Election Commission were promulgated 6 weeks before that. That was the important. Then obviously if it is a plural society and the interests of diversity have to be protected, there are a number of laws protecting that. You know, you cannot appeal to religion and caste when you are campaigning for your election. You cannot create feelings of hatred, ill will or enmity between different classes. You cannot use religious institutions for your election propaganda and so on. The legal protection I've already mentioned, I would rather not go too much into it. Then obviously, if you want free and fair election, you have to check intimidation, violence and fraud in the election. The incentive for fraud in election is very, very high. Looting a bank is a minor thing. compared to looting power through bad election. Because if you come to power, you have everything, including the banks. We have elaborate system to ensure that you cannot get away with intimidation. There was a time when booth capturing was rampant. They will come, gundas will come with a lathi or a banduk and throw a bomb to scare away the people. Not anymore. We have hundreds of steps in place to ensure. But after all that, if everything fails and they still come and capture the booth, our last weapon is we order a repoll. All your effort to loot a bank goes waste, because when they say all that what you looted was fake currency. The real currency was in the other chair. We order a re-election. Sometimes we order a repoll of the repoll till we are sure that the election was fair. So that is what it takes to ensure. We identify the potential trouble areas, potential troublemakers, and take advance action under criminal procedure code, bind them down for security, that if they misbehave, that for security will be forfeited. We unleash a whole army of videographers. They're capturing everything. If a gunda is trying to intimidate you or create any mischief, we have a 24-hour video trail on them. पीछे एक कैमरा चल रहा है, वो मुड़ के देखता है, ये तो पीछे छोड़ नहीं रहा मेरे पीछे, तो there is no opportunity. So they give up. The reason why the biggest of the gunda, kidnapper, dacoits and murderers, in election time, they become lambs now because of the steps of election commission. Then we have not only the complaint that we receive of intimidation, but we have our own inbuilt checks, and several checks through which we realize what can go wrong, and whatever can go wrong, we have to ensure that it should not go wrong. Then, as security against violence, we have foolproof security. The state police, the state armed police, and more than that, lots of the political parties and people do not trust the local police because they are known to the local politicians and they are under their influence. That's why political parties demand that we bring central paramilitary forces from Delhi and who cannot be influenced. So we take them to elections. And then, as I say, we are the diverse country and everybody's interest has to be protected. Therefore, election has to be very inclusive, which means everyone, every citizen of India should be included in it on top of equality. For the first, women. Women are India's largest minority. There are only 48.5% women against 52% men, which itself is a sad story. Nature demands that there should be equal number of women. Equal number of women are born, and if they are given equal opportunity, they are to survive longer than men. In fact, to call women as weaker sex is an innovation by men, to give them a feeling of secondary status, but sounding very nice and positive. Actually, if you look at it, women are the stronger sex. They withstand so much and still survive. If equal opportunity is given to them, then a woman is likely to survive 10 years longer, having produced half a dozen children or even 10 children. After all that, so which means, but despite that, their number in India is smaller. You know how much is this is we call gender ratio. Anyone who knows what is the gender ratio of India today? Any volunteer? Anyone? Yeah. Bolo beta. Very close. You're very close, beta. Good. Congratulations. It is now 9:40, but it has been hovering around 9:30. Last one it was 9:27. It's a 9:40. Just these three letters. There can be PhDs on it. Why is it 9:40? Why not 100, 1,000? Now 940 means for every 1,000 men there are 940 women. Why? Because of discrimination. Even before birth, they are not allowed to be born. When they are born, they are discriminated, they are not given equal medical treatment. लड़की बीमार हो गई तो ठीक हो जाएगी, लड़का बीमार हो गया तो अस्पताल लेके जाओ. So, our male fixation, that is what is happening, which is why the survival rate of females is lower in India because of neglect and discrimination. Then, in any case, we have to ensure that women can participate. We have separate queues, separate polling stations also, separate women police also, so that they feel encouraged to come and vote. Now, disabled, they should also not feel handicapped. We have a ramp at every polling station, and we have 1 million polling stations. That's large. They are normally schools, government schools, and was normally the ramp nahi hai, it is not IILM, a beautiful building. They are very sometimes very dilapidated, modest building. So we provide a ramp so that you can come on wheelchair. Every machine of ours, electronic voting machine, one of the very few countries using electronic voting machine. India is a leader. 1.4 million machines, each one has a braille script. So that the blind, although the number of braille literate blind is very little, but we would not like even one person to go back disappointed. We have that. Old and infirm are allowed a companion. Now, to make it inclusive, what about the illiterate? Obviously, they cannot read the name of the candidate. So we introduce symbols like Hathi, Hath, Kamal, or whatever, so that you can recognize. And our roles are also multilingual. Now, interestingly, 2 years ago we created a third gender, transgenders. There used to be a lot of confusion. When you go to register, whatever, Lakshmi, sounding like a man, देखने में साड़ी पहने हुआ, dressed like a woman, sounding like a man, so the person would be confused. A male लिखे, a female लिखे, is neither a male nor a female. So as a result, they were not getting enrolled. 1 million of them, 10 lakh. हमने कहा, it came to us and it took us 30 seconds to decide why not call them something else other than that. So we introduced the third gender, M, F and O. As a result, 1 million people got empowered. There was celebration. Now, if we had referred it to the law ministry, some section officer would still be examining it for the last 5 years. But we took this in the census, people thought it's a very good idea. Census has started using it. Now it is pending before the Supreme Court, and I have no doubt in my mind the Supreme Court also will find it a very sensible thing to do. Idea is that nobody, not one person will feel left out. Now, since we are concerned about everybody, everybody's concern is also included in when we are scheduling an election. It may sound very simple कि साहब आपने डेट लगा दी, 5 फेस पोल है, पला डेट को होगा, फिर लोग बुरा वाला कहेंगे ये साहब ये डेट क्यों रख दी. A lot of thought goes into it so that nobody is inconvenient. For instance, we see the weather condition. Obviously, monsoon में अगर हो रहा है तो आपको आने में कष्ट होगा. कैसे आएंगे, रास्ते खराब हो जाते हैं. Agricultural cycle, कि आप में से कितने agriculture rural background के हैं? Just raise your hand. Nobody is rural. Now, a rural person will tell you when it is sowing season, it's impossible to get farmer to do anything else because he has a limited window available. He has to do the sowing. Nothing. Even worse is harvesting. फसल कट के तैयार हो गई, इतनी मेहनत होती है कि वो आसमान की तरफ दिखते रहते हैं कि बारिश हो गई, बर्बाद हो जाएगा सारा. In 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, whatever is the time available, वो उसको फसल को काटना है. Then we have to see the festivals. Every festival in India is, since it has every religion, we have all kinds of festivals, social festivals, religious festivals, national festivals, everything. आपको याद हो अभी recently election हुए थे, 8 दिसंबर को रिजल्ट आए थे, 4 स्टेट के, एक स्टेट का रिजल्ट अगले दिन आया था. Remember which was that state? कौन सी स्टेट थी? Mizoram. Why? The reason was very simple, because the 8th was Sunday and Mizoram is predominantly Christian. इसलिए कि साहब हमारे सारे स्टाफ क्रिश्चियन है, उसको एक दिन बात कर दो. अब हम उनसे लड़ भी सकते थे, नहीं क्यों करते क्या करते हैं, अंडर सेक्रेटरी साहब लॉ मिनिस्ट्री के नहीं अलाउ कर रहा है. What nonsense this is. All right, okay, we'll do your counting on Monday. So this is accommodation, you know, so that nobody feels disadvantaged. And so examination schedule. We never do any election in month of March. It's a holy cow for us. For two reasons. One, that we don't want the students to be disturbed. Secondly, most of our staff, polling staff is teachers. And thirdly, all our polling stations, most of our polling stations are in schools, so we don't want the school activity to be disturbed, and so on. Then model code of conduct, we have to prepare the right climate, जिसमें आप peacefully जाके वोट दे सके. अगर खतरा हो कि वहाँ पे बम चलेगा, गोली चलेगी, लाठी बजेगी, तो nobody will go. Women particularly are first victims of any violence. वो तो नहीं जाएगी. So we have to create the right conditions. So through the model code of conduct, we ensure that there is minimum standard of behavior. Political parties and candidates will behave decently with each other. No personal attack, no bitter animosity, nothing to arouse public one public against the other, and so on. We regulate the traffic. So basically, to ensure that it's a very peaceful election. Now, despite all that, when the election commission, the constitution has provided for everything, the election commission has spent no effort to make it very easy for you to go and vote. Why is there still voter apathy? Voter apathy का क्या मतलब कि वो लोग वोट देने नहीं जाते, बहुत कम, particularly urban areas में, and also among the youth. And in some states like UP and Bihar, it used to be low voter turnout. Even in the rural areas. Now we needed to deal with it. Urban, abhi we just talking, you mentioned the 30th in Mumbai last election, the turnout was just 41%. Despite the fact that we had used Sachin Tendulkar, Amir Khan to make an appeal beside all our activities, just 41%. Now then we were very upset and angry. And what to do? Then we found that the poll day was a Friday. Friday what happened on Friday? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, छुट्टी. उन्होंने उसको extended weekend करके छुट्टी पे चले गए. खंडाला चले गए. हाथी था खंडाला. So then we say कि खंडाला तो के लिए तो छुट्टी नहीं मिलती. We give a nation gives a holiday to you on the poll day, not to go to Khandala. So we said in Mumbai we have taken a note that in future Mumbai poll will never be on Monday or Friday, so that it doesn't become a extended weekend. As it is, you saw in a slide, so many considerations we have to see to schedule the election. It is not an easy exercise. It takes a lot of, and on top of that, to make it more difficult for us, Friday and Monday का भी ख्याल रखना पड़ता है. Then, and why Mumbai, Allahabad, Varanasi, Lucknow, there used to be 30% turnout, even 24% turnout. So we needed to deal with it. The youth, we found that their enrollment was very low. 18 to 19 age segment, only 12% were getting enrolled when we started 3 years ago. And just about 12%. And I'll tell you how we dealt with that. And I already mentioned Bihar and UP, even rural turnout. We set up a voter education division in the election commission. There was also some debate where educating voters is not our job. Our job is just to conduct elections. He said, no, nothing doing. Because if people don't come to vote, the whole legitimacy of democracy will be suspect. So we decided we'll get into voter education, set up a voter education division. And our system was that whichever state was going to the poll, before that we will organize a very scientific study through a professional agency called KABP, which is Knowledge, Attitude, Behavior and Practice. What is our knowledge level? For instance, do the youth know that they have become eligible to vote? What is the eligibility to vote for voters now? On what date? qualifying date. You have to be 18 on what day? 1st January. I'm glad that you know that. Although now election commission has written to the government that qualifying date should be abolished. The day you are 18, you are eligible. Otherwise, what was happening was that if you were born on 2nd of January, then you have to wait till next year. Because the previous year, 2nd January born is waiting to be enrolled. Right. So, and it is not just a year-long wait. In a way, it is a 5-year wait. Because next election will be after 5 years. 1st January वाले ने तो वोट दे दिया इस लोकसभा में. 2nd January वाला 2019 में देगा. तो 5 साल का वेट हो गया. No, this is not fair. So it's a very good thing that election commission has sent that proposal. So, but we found that some young people were not, did not know that now they have become eligible. Ignorance, knowledge. Second, if they know that they become eligible, what to do, where to go, it's a process. Third, they have contempt for politicians. के सब नेता चोर हैं. क्यों जाके मैंने वोट देना? I'm not going. So all these need to change because this सब नेता चोर हैं, therefore I will not vote is a very dangerous mentality. You can't love democracy and hate politicians. Without them, there is no democracy. You have to make sure that the good politicians come to power. Or there could be fear of violence. वहाँ तो गोली चल जाएगी, बम फट जाएगा. I remember 96 May I was appointed election observer in Bihar. How many of you are from Bihar? Very little. सब दिल्ली के हैं. डर के को हाथ उठा बेटा. बिहार वाला तो हाथ क्यों उठाता है? So, बहुत fear of violence. I remember Mr. T.N. Session. Have you heard of Mr. T.N. Session?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. He was a terror. He said that, he was briefing us. He said, don't worry, everything is all right, and nothing will happen except a bomb in your face and a bullet in your stomach. And sure enough, I saw two bomb blasts just 20 yards from me. Now, in such a situation, fear of violence, who will come and vote? So we have to create peaceful conditions. And of course, lack of facilities. Then, obviously, if there is voter apathy and people don't turn up and vote, there are very serious consequences. One is that there is demand for compulsory voting. It's a very dangerous demand. We can't, because you can't have compulsion in democracy. Your right to vote includes your right not to vote. You want to vote? Fine, that is democracy. If you dabardasti pakad ke liye no vote do, that's not. So that's why we are against it. Some very top leaders keep demanding it, and we keep on rejecting their demand. It's wrong. For two reasons. One, that can't be any compulsion. Secondly, how will we, suppose we become compulsory and you don't vote, you violated the law. And if you have violated the law, you will be punished. And even if the punishment is just a fine of 1 rupee, we are a civilized society, we have to go through what is called due process of law. यानी आपको एक नोटिस आएगा कोर्ट की तरफ से, आप उसका जवाब दीजिए. अब वो इमेजिन एक लेबरर स्किल बेचारा चाय वाला ही समझ लीजिए, या मेसन कारपेंटर, वो उसने दिन भर की कमाई करनी है, उसको तो छुट्टी नहीं मिलती पेड हॉलिडे. सरकारी और प्राइवेट एम्प्लॉयड में तो मिल जाती है. वो क्या करेगा? आप उसको उल्टा नोटिस भी देना शुरू कीजिए तो वकील लोग बड़ा खुश हो जाएंगे, क्योंकि 30 करोड़ पिछले इलेक्शन में 30 करोड़ लोगों ने वोट नहीं दिया, तो 30 करोड़ कोर्ट केसेस आप ले लीजिए. हर इलेक्शन के बाद आपको हम 30 करोड़ शुरू कर देंगे, जबकि पूरे देश के पेंडेंसी ऑफ इन कोर्ट इज जस्ट 2.25 करोड़, और उसमें सबको चिंता होती है. प्रेसिडेंट, प्राइम मिनिस्टर, चीफ जस्टिस, दे ऑल कीप कंप्लेनिंग कि देखो इतने जमा हो गए. हर इलेक्शन के बाद इतने हो जाएंगे, तो नो वे. They even question our present system of election, what is called first past the post. So let me explain what that means. आप एथलेटिक्स में दौड़ देखते हैं ना, 15 लोगों ने दौड़ा, जो सबसे पहले लाइन क्रॉस कर गया वो ही द फर्स्ट, बिकॉज ही इज क्रॉस द पोस्ट द फर्स्ट पास द पोस्ट, जो सबसे पहले गुजर गया उस लाइन से. यहाँ पे भी सिस्टम है, जिसके सबसे ज्यादा वोट हो, एक वोट भी आपका ज्यादा है तो एक क्या है 4 लाख वोट, दूसरे क्या है 4 लाख 1 वोट, 4 लाख 1 वोट जीत गया. दिस इज द सिस्टम. देखा ये तो गलत सिस्टम है, इसको चेंज करो। फिर लो टर्न आउट हुआ, सम पीपल गेट इलेक्टेड ओनली विद 20% वोट। ये 20% वाला जीत जाता है, पावर में आ जाता है, 80% लोगों ने तो उसको वोट ही नहीं दिया था। भाई 80% वोट देने क्यों नहीं आए थे? So why blame him? Who stopped you from going and voting? Please vote. So when we started this, now the voter turnout has increased substantially. The free and fair polls are, of course, very essential. Now, voters have a right to information about the candidates. Supreme Court had said that every candidate, when he files his nomination, should give 2 affidavits. उसमें हमने उसके कोर्ट केसेस, उसके खिलाफ क्रिमिनल केसेस कितने पेंडिंग है और उसके माली हालात क्या है, उसके क्या क्या उसके फाइनेंसेस हैं, उसको रिपोर्ट करें, सो दैट पीपल कैन सी कि भाई मैं जो कैंडिडेट है उसके खिलाफ 6 रेप केसेस, 1 डकैती, मर्डर के केसेस, मतलब उसको वोट देना है कि नहीं देना। पीपल ट्रेजेडी है कि फिर भी लोग उसको वोट दे देते हैं। या ये कि जो कल तक पुअर था और अब करोड़पति हो गया, वो कहाँ से हो गया? तो पीपल शुड क्वेश्चन, दैट्स व्हाई पीपल शुड हैव इन्फॉर्म्ड चॉइस। ओपिनियन पोल्स एंड एग्जिट पोल पे भी हमारा झगड़ा रहता है। वी वांट ओपिनियन पोल्स टू बी बैक बिकॉज ओपिनियन पोल बाय इटसेल्फ इज अ नाइस थिंग, इज अ गुड थिंग। एवरी रिसर्च इज गुड। आफ्टर ऑल व्हेन यू मेक डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम, you want to know what people want, people's opinion. That is opinion poll. We also conduct an opinion poll like KPB study मैंने दिखाई ना, that is nothing but opinion poll. What is people's opinion about election? लेकिन if it is done with a dishonest purpose, कोई हार रहा है लेकिन उसको पैसे लेके कह दिया तो जीत रहा है, हवा बन जाएगी। हवा बन की वजह से नॉर्मली क्या होता है, इसको बैंड वैगन इफेक्ट कहते हैं। बैंड वैगन के लोग जा रहे हैं मेले में तो हर शख्स की होता है इसी गाड़ी में मैं भी चल पड़ूं। सो जो जीत रहा है उसकी तरफ लोग चल पड़ते हैं। सो एक आदमी भी इधर से उधर हो गया तो दिस इज इंटरफियरिंग विद फ्री एंड फेयर इलेक्शन। Then we started voter education activities by creating a division, and all through we organized very interesting thing. Schools and colleges were involved. जो बच्चे अभी इलेक्शन में नहीं भी है, 18 साल के नहीं भी हैं, उनको हमने इन्वॉल्व किया। एंड सबसे पहले तो उनको वॉच डॉग बना दिया अपने पेरेंट्स का, क्योंकि इट्स वेरी फैशनेबल कि आप वोट देने जाइए नहीं और अपने ड्राइंग रूम में बैठ के नेताओं को कोसिए कि सब चोर हैं, इनको वोट नहीं देना। अरे आप वोट देने तो गए नहीं थे तो चोर जीत के आ गया, अब वोट देने जाते तो चोर न जीत पाता। सो अब बच्चों को जब हमने ये बात समझा दी तो वो जाके पेरेंट्स के पीछे पड़ गए कि आप नेताओं को कोसते हो, व्हाई डोंट यू गो एंड वोट। एंड स्कूलों ने, कॉलेज ने नई स्कीमें की, बच्चों को इंसेंटिव दिए, बच्चों को मार्क्स तक दिए। वही उन्हें कॉन्शियसनेस है कि 5 से 5 मार्क्स 10 मार्क्स कि जो बच्चे सर्टिफिकेट आएंगे कि उनके माँ बाप ने वोट दिया था। बल्कि पंजाब में जगह जगह किसी स्टूडेंट का कि किसी ने वो टी स्टॉल पे कि जो अपनी उंगली लाएंगे वो इलेक्शन डे पे उसको आगे 50% डिस्काउंट, इस किस्म के जगह जगह डिफरेंट लोगों ने, बिकॉज पीपल स्टार्ट पार्टिसिपेटिंग टू मेक इट रियली हैपन। इन बाराबंकी 115 किलोमीटर की यूथ ने ह्यूमन चेन बनाई। 115 किलोमीटर इज अ लॉट। रंगोली, एक बुलंदशहर में एक पूरे स्टेडियम में स्टूडेंट्स लेग मूवमेंट में पूरे स्टेडियम को उन्होंने रंगोली से उसका रंग दिया, थीमेटिक बना के, उसके 13-14 पार्ट बना के उसमें इंडिया की हिस्ट्री डिफरेंट स्टेजेस उसको प्रोजेक्ट किया। फिर हमने सेलिब्रिटीज को यूज किया, क्रिकेट स्टार, फिल्म स्टार्स अदर टू मेक एन अपील। सिग्नेचर कैंपेन, 100 किलोमीटर लॉन्ग पेपर पे लोगों ने सिग्नेचर किए, मैंने इस बार पार्टिसिपेट करना है। Vote marathon, pledge, all kinds of innovative activities we did. And as a result, highest ever turnout in history happened in 12 of the 22 states which have gone to poll after that in the last 3 years. UP needs 30% increase in voter turnout compared to previous election. 3% भी अगर increase होता तो बहुत खुश होते, यहाँ 30% था। 45% increase in women's turnout, and you will notice in the third bullet Women outnumbered men in 17 of the 22 states. This is one of the biggest achievements. I told you the number of women compared to men is less. Despite that, they come out in larger numbers, which makes it especially significant. And youth की जो participation है, इसने इसे बिल्कुल नक्शा ही बदल दिया. Then Yuva, this is the program we have created. Yuva, as you know, Hindi word for youth, but in this case it is an acronym. Youth Unite for Voter Awareness. So all the activities I mentioned was born out of Yuva program, where youth got united and they created awareness. And also all these are slogans that are created by youth themselves. One of which is stop complaining, start voting. No complaining, सब चोर हैं, मैंने क्या करना, उस सब को आंसर, but all created by youth. India has the biggest youth population, and 70% of all Indians are below 35. 70%. And that is increasing. The future belongs to you. I'm not going into statistics. Now, after all this, we have heard lots of netas and even media saying that the Election Commission has killed the festival of democracy. Why? What is the festival of democracy? Because पुराने ज़माने में आपको शायद नहीं में याद 200 कारों की 500 कारों की रैली निकलती थी जो एक ही दिन नहीं बल्कि 3 दिन तक ट्रैफिक को खराब कर देगी. हर घर के ऊपर वो पोस्टर चिपकेंगे, प्रिंटिंग होगी. Where it used to be very very noisy, and that's not just noise. अब फ्लैग लगाने आपके घर पे जबरदस्ती आपके घर पे कोई कांग्रेस का फ्लैग लगाने आ जाए और आप बीजेपी सपोर्टर हैं तो लड़ाई हो जाती थी, मारपिटाई हो जाती थी. तो भी सिर्फ मारपिटाई का मिशन नहीं, लोग हमने कहा कि जबरदस्ती फ्लैग नहीं लगा सकते, तो फ्लैग लगाना बंद, आपने पार्टी पे लगाई. फिर पोल्यूशन होती थी, नॉइज पोल्यूशन, डिफेसमेंट. एक वन वेरी फेमस जर्नलिस्ट Anil and my common friend also from our college, also who is a very important TV journalist and also writes column. उन्होंने एक आर्टिकल लिखा इसी पे, इलेक्शन कमीशन has killed the festival of democracy. मैंने उसके जवाब में एक आर्टिकल लिखा उसी अखबार में, हिंदुस्तान टाइम में. मैंने कहा मैडम आप एक काम कीजिए, आप हमको अपना एड्रेस भेज दीजिए, हालांकि मुझे एड्रेस मालूम है, तो एड्रेस भेज दीजिए, हम आपके घर में फेस्टिवल को भेजेंगे. और वो फेस्टिवल क्या होगा, आपके दीवार के ऊपर सब लोग पोस्टर अपना वाले देंगे, वोट फॉर मी लगा देंगे, काला पोत देंगे दीवार पर, पोस्टर लगा देंगे, गद्दी करेंगे, जब बाहर लाउड स्पीकर 24 घंटे आपके बजेगा, एंजॉय द फेस्टिवल. Now that festival we have killed, but 150 kilometer human chain. Remember Rangoli, signature campaign, youth participating, and such dramatic voter turnout. 40% increase of voter turnout of women. So that's what we want. Now turnout has reached 80%, 85%. Tripura 6 months ago 93%. Now that is the real festival. So who has killed the festival? We have really, the first test of a festival is participation. अगर festival नहीं होता तो लोग वोट देने क्यों आते? वो कहते हैं कि हमने silence of the graveyard वो कर दी, पता ही नहीं लगा इलेक्शन. अब उनका ये कहने के लोगों को पता ही नहीं लगता इलेक्शन में. अगर पता ही नहीं लगता तो वोट देने कहाँ से आ गए भाई? 93% उनको पता ही नहीं लगा. So because they wanted, गुंडागर्दी, violence, वो सब खत्म कर दी. Now before I finish the last 3-4 slides, it may be interesting for you to know the scale and the magnitude. You can be proud of India. When we say I've heard many times India is one of the largest democracies. I feel well surprised, they abused. One of the largest by far, and largest by how? If India is number 1, the second one is number 20. This is the gap. We have more voters than all 50 countries of Europe put together. We have more voters than all 54 countries of Africa put together, or 43 countries of North America and South America put together, or 56 countries of entire Commonwealth put together. And still we have a gap of 20-30 crores. 2-3 continents not the Australia, New Zealand, Canada. We have added 3-4 Australias in the last 5 years. Now this is the side. And not only there's so many voters, but also the complexity of these 50 countries and 70 countries rolled into one. Any problem in the world which जो भी कुछ होती होगी वो सब इंडिया में मिल जाती है हमको. Extremist, Maoist, crime, separatism, you name it. Yeah. So, and despite that, to be able to control and conduct a good election is a little more difficult than running ILM. It is a slightly bigger exercise. Then last general election we had 71 crore voters. Now it has gone up by 10 crores, it is 810 million in 5 years. 8.5 lakh polling station और इस बार 10 लाख polling stations हो जाएंगे. Electronic voting machines 12 lakh थी, अब 14-15 lakh. And this is another 11 million people, 1 crore 10 lakh is our staff. Permanent staff is just 300. But 11 million people conduct the election for us and it has to be zero error election. Election में हम ये नहीं कह सकते कि हमारा 60% election was good. It has to be 100% good to the last booth, to the last one. Then so many recognized parties. While we have these numbers, we are so sensitive to even single person, which has been my theme, inclusivity. We have a polling station for a single voter. One polling station has only one voter. We could have easily packed it up and said, you know, you join some other. No. We used to have another in Kerala till 3 years ago. Anil, remember, we knew the voting habits of that voter in Kerala. He would normally come after lunch at 2 o'clock. So, but we will have to set up our polling station at 7 in the morning because every polling station has to be set up at 7. Even after he had come and voted at 2, we can't pack up and go. Why? Because somebody else may, theoretically somebody may come later, he says he was a bogus voter, मैं हूँ genuine voter, तो disputed vote होगा. We have to wait for that dispute to arise till 5 o'clock. 5 बजे पैक करके जाते हैं. 2 साल पहले उसकी डेथ हो गई तो बाहर की हेडलाइन थी डेथ ऑफ अ पोलिंग बूथ. We were condoning the death of a polling booth, but we have a polling booth in Gujarat. Anyone from Gujarat? Gir Forest of Gujarat. There is a temple priest. He refused to move. Lions, you know, Gir Forest infested is wildlife and lions is a dangerous place. वहाँ पे हमारे पोलिंग बूथ में लगता है उसमें 5 आदमी की पोलिंग पार्टी जाती है, उसे एक आदमी को वोट लेने के लिए. Some reporter in the last election, I think again it was Hindustan Times, जो उसको इंटरव्यू करने गया, so he complained. He said कि साहब मेरा वोट लेने कोई नहीं आता, कोई पार्टी के कैंडिडेट नहीं आता. So which is of course very stupid. And the proof, across the border in Rajasthan, there was one candidate who is from Rajasthan. You will remember one Mr. C.P. Joshi. C.P. Joshi was the president of the state Congress. And people used to say that if he wins, he will be the next chief minister. He contested and lost by 1 vote. 1 vote. Asked him the value of 1 vote. Incidentally, his wife had not voted. But as I said, that is incidental only, there was no politics in it. I asked Mr. Joshi whether this is true. He says yes, it is true. His wife and daughter instead had gone to the temple. So second moral of the story, on the poll day the temple to visit is the polling station and not any other temple. That will become more important. Now that is the value of 1 vote, and while we are dealing with such numbers, we are also concerned about the last voter. Yeah, these are the population figures I have already given you. But while we have all these complexities, and I think to give it a miss, but it's quite a tough job to reach out to every, we have a polling station which is closer to Indonesia rather than the Indian mainland on a remote island. वहाँ पे भी वही सर्विस देनी है. We have polling station in forest. We have a polling station at 16,000 feet in Ladakh. Knee deep snow. वहाँ पे भी वो equally quality service देनी है. No question about it. It has to be 100%. I would like to share this vision with you. अभी हमने 3 साल पहले we were celebrating Diamond Jubilee of Election Commission. 60 years. And when we made this, that we would like to have a situation when we can have elections that are completely free of crime, no criminal, and free and abuse of money, based on a perfect electoral roll and with full voters' participation. You will be happy to read these comments after the general election. This person, B. Mitchell, in the New York Times, it is truly the greatest show on earth and ode to a diverse and democratic ethos and inspiration to all the world. Financial Times, London, Indian voters show the way forward. These are the typical headlines. They're normal. The wonder that is Indian elections, easy did a great job, well begun, well done, thank you. You see, now conducting good elections, this election is no longer news. It is expected. When we do not conduct good elections, that will now make headlines. It is now expected because we have matured so much. Now I've finished the presentation. I'm just showing you some photographs to bring some relief to you and to myself.